Erika really just being what she was described as in that Department of War executive office email. She's just an quote unquote emotional asset that keeps getting boosted every time she gets emotional. Her job is to cry. And then for us to be scolded that it's our fault that she's crying because how dare we try to figure out who killed her husband. And that's what she did this weekend. Again, it's every week. You could set a timer. This time it was on her show with Pastor James Candace. When somebody wrote in a question, I'm sure this wasn't just typed up by them, about spending time with their precious kids. And then she had an emotional breakdown. And then suddenly I'm being attacked because she's having an emotional breakdown in public. Like I said, it's a repeat tactic to garner an emotional response, to say, look, she's a damsel in distress, so you just need to feel bad for her. And I'm going to show you that moment here. And to be clear, I don't find it entertaining or funny when Erika cries. I don't find it funny when she says, I just want to go home, and cries. I just want to know why that was being boosted at the White House. Why the Department of War is saying this needs to be the number 1 clip by morning within an hour of that taking place. I want to know who recorded it. I'm just tired of this overriding strategy. So here is what Erika, we're going to watch her have this breakdown, and then I'm going to explain to you why I am not feeling compelled or moved by it. Take a listen.
I have been married for 10 years. My husband is a hardworking farmer who has gone a lot. A year ago, I was questioning my marriage and felt like I was losing myself in the chaotic life of work and motherhood. Since finding a church, I recently got baptized. My kids attend Sunday school, and we talk about Jesus in our home daily. Instead of nagging my husband, I embrace his hard work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You better finish reading it, sweetheart. Let me finish reading it.
I love him like a wife should when he comes home. Instead of losing myself to motherhood, I have completely embraced every second of it. Never wanting my precious babies to grow up. It seems like the more I pour myself into my daily readings, church, and family, the devil shows his face more than I have ever witnessed. Why does it seem like the closer you get to God, the harder the devil works on you?
Yeah. Look, for those of you that can't see, and I have the blessing and the benefit of knowing Erika and Charlie so well that I know exactly why Erika's in tears,
Man.
Like I said, this is a weekly installment. Okay. It's a weekly installment where we have a pastor that is telling us, and we're being told it's demonic, and oh my God, the devil wants to, right in the moment where I'm just trying to be with my kids, the devil, you're not just trying to be with your kids. So it was an unrelatable question. You should have said next question.
Yeah, exactly. And something what I just don't understand is you can clearly see that Erika Kirk, she is not stable enough to give these kind of interviews, but somehow she always wants to be in the spotlight. And then you have to ask yourself, why is she doing that? Is she just seeking attention at this point? Is this just how she really is? Because I think people are a little bit annoyed that she's always crying on these kind of interviews. And don't get me wrong, it is horrible what happened with Erika Kirk. It is horrible what happened with Charlie Kirk. I think no one would wishes this to their worst enemies, or at least I hope so. But still, why does she just go home, raise your children, be on the background? Why does she wants to be in the spotlight the whole time? She knows that she cannot give these kind of interviews because she will start crying immediately. But she's doing this exactly almost every week now, and that's the reason why so many people, they're so annoyed with this kind of behavior.
Secondly, after my memory of what happened in Maine, which, to be clear, I was not on vacation in Maine. I just went up for one day because I saw people saying, oh, you had a whole vacation. No, I went up for one day, and I had given birth a few weeks earlier, 8 weeks earlier, May 2nd. And after Charlie's assassination, I feel like I went through some sort of a brain trauma. It took a while for me to come up for air, to feel like I could think again. And remembering this, after we finished the show on Friday, and we went upstairs because we had a late night here, as you guys know. And I said to my husband, oh my, do you remember this when we went up to Tucker's house? And afterward, he told us that he had dinner with Charlie and Erika. And before I even said anything, in front of my entire team, my husband goes, yeah. And he told us that Erika was like very hardcore against Israel. Of course, he did not forget this at all. I just went, yeah. I totally blacked out on that trip. I totally forgot the trip happened, that day trip. I totally forgot that Erika said this. And here is what has deeply troubled me about it. Here is why it feels like such a big deal. Because in the manner in which Tucker expressed it, okay, everyone was friends, A. There's no incentive that can be assigned to that conversation. It was him venting the frustration of what happened to Sass, him being a friend to Charlie and Erika, and the amount of pressure that Charlie was under because of his speech at Sass. And it was us discussing the shifting viewpoints of our friendship. Okay. No one had an issue, a question mark, or anything about Erika. Tucker loved Erika. He was like, she's hardcore. He also said she hated the pastors that were around him, right? What that means is that Erika, as the wife and the confidant of Charlie Kirk, was pushing him to be more anti-Israel. This is why it troubles me. Okay, I want you to understand this. She was pushing her husband to be more anti-Israel. The very thing that the majority of the world believes killed him. Was she speaking on the other side, from both sides of her mouth? She then goes with him after she has this dinner with Tucker. She goes with him to the Hamptons and sits across from Bill Ackman at dinner when Bibi Netanyahu is called. She's playing both sides and pushing her husband to be anti-Israel, the thing that the majority of rational people believe killed him. Okay? The majority of us believed that him turning against Israel killed him. And then after he dies, rather than asking any questions about Israel or telling us the truth about his shifting viewpoints or telling us the truth about her shifting viewpoints, she does a complete 180 and says people that ask questions about Israel, that's brain rot. I accept the Tyler Robinson narrative. I'm partnering further, taking over his company and partnering further with pro-Israel narratives and pro-Israel pastors who I told Tucker Carlson that I hated the pastors that were around him. Erika was anti-Israel in July before she went to a pro-Israel summit at Bill Ackman's house. None of this is clocking. That's what bothers me. And if she intentionally pushed him to be more anti-Israel and, yeah, no, babe, you got this. No, push back harder on that donor. No, you tell this guy this. Then what? They said, no, we can't control him. We can't bring him back. We have to take Charlie Kirk out. Think about that. Think about what I'm saying to you. It is so dark and it is so twisted, but I am telling you, what I am saying is the truth. That is what Tucker said to us after we got off air. He had dinner with Charlie and Erika was more anti-Israel than Charlie. So what the hell changed, Erika? Why couldn't you find it within you to tell the truth about Charlie's shifting viewpoints? I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I forgot this for a bit. I never questioned God's timing. I'm grateful that I forgot the trip, that I knew something was bothering me about Erika's allegiance to Israel. And it was because she wasn't to Charlie. She lied to her husband about her viewpoints. That's why. And why did she do that? So she could go, well, you couldn't control him, but you can control me. I support Israel. I'll be the CEO. Sorry he went that way. It's very sad. I can be your queen.
Whoa, like if that's true, that's actually crazy and this should be investigated as well. And to be honest, this is something completely new for me. And also I wish that Tucker would make a show about this. Like, can Tucker Carlson please respond to like this video of Candace Owens? Because if that's actually true, that like Erika Kirk was pushing Charlie to be more anti-Israel, that's crazy. Because I agree with Candace. I also don't believe the Tyler Robinson narrative. I think there was way more going on. Like the moment Charlie was going against Israel, when he was like criticizing the state of Israel, what they were doing in this war with for example, with Palestine, what they were doing over there, look what happened to him. Can it be a coincidence? Yes, for sure. But I think there's something more going on, and we will probably never actually find out what happened over there. But if like Erika Kirk is involved in this, that's actually crazy. I have to watch my words a little bit because this is like kind of like dangerous to say this about Erika Kirk, because at some point, I also have to be like advocate of the devil. Of course, like it's also like her husband. I will never think that she like wanted to like have this happen to her husband. That would be crazy. I don't get me wrong, I don't like Erika Kirk. She has like this double personality, exactly what we just talked about. She's always acting like this grieving widow, like very annoying, always like seeking attention. But on the other hand, I also like, I'm not a hypocrite, I also have to defend her a little bit. I think this what happened with her now, she never wanted this to happen, right? I think, or at least I hope so, because if that's actually the case, that she did this all, that she was pushing Charlie to go more against Israel so she could be like the chairman of Turning Point USA. If that's really the case, that's crazy. But it's still, I believe like in humanity, so I hope like the people, they will not be like that wrong, that they can be like so horrible that they're actually thinking about these kind of things. But yeah, I don't know, like it's kind of like a tricky point. So I'm curious about like how you think about it. What do you think? Do you think that like what Candace just said, that could be the case, that like Erika was literally like pushing Charlie to go against Israel? Because if that's true, like, then this should be investigated, even by the FBI as well. Like, why do we not hear? What is the FBI doing these days? Like, are they like, they're not even, we barely see them, we barely hear them about like this case, about the Epstein files. Like, what are they even doing? Like, are they investigating like unicorns or something? Are they like drinking tea with each other the whole time? Like, what are they doing at this point? Like, these things are very important in my opinion. What happened with Charlie Kirk is like one of the biggest scandals, if not like the biggest scandal in our country from like the past century almost. What happened like with the Epstein files, you also like don't hear them. They just like push these stupid narratives. All right, case is done, case is solved. Here, this is like the end. This is what really happened over there. And then they just expected like the people believed it. I don't believe what happened with the Epstein files. I don't believe what happened with Charlie Kirk. And I think we have all the rights to know what exactly happened over there. But somehow they're always like trying to like cover this up. And then you should ask yourself, why? And I don't have the answer. Like again, also like about what happened, what Candace just said here about Erika. I don't know if that's true, but I think it's very important to like point this out so you can like have your own opinion about this. And for this reason, I'm also curious, like Erika Kirk, and I don't want to repeat myself the whole time, but this is also something what I don't understand. We know that you are like the grieving widow. We get this. It's horrible what happened with you, but then somehow, why does she want to be like in the spotlight the whole time? If you want to be like this grieving widow, and if you care that much about like your family and about your children, fine, be my guest. Everyone would respect it. But just go home, take care of your children. They really need you at this point, and don't go to like these kind of interviews. You know already on forehand that you're gonna cry. You know already that like you're gonna act again. Like it's all an act, like these fake tears. Sorry, but I just don't buy into this. Also like with this memorial, you had like these pyrotechnics, and like it was almost like a whole Erika Kirk ceremony. It was like almost like a whole show about like, look at me, I am Erika Kirk, look how great I am, look how sad I am. All right, can you turn up, can you give us some money, can you donate us some money for the Turning Point USA events? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. And I'm not a hater. Again, I want to make this very clear, because so many people that will probably tell me, all right, but yeah, you cannot make fun about a grieving widow. I'm not making fun of her. At this point, she's actually making fun of herself by doing all these kind of things. She doesn't have to do this, right? She is the one who, okay, long story short, in a nutshell, if you want to be in the spotlight the whole time, you shouldn't be complaining when people are criticizing you. That's just the case. If she would be the grieving widow back home now, and she would take care of her children, and she would be like more on the background, no one would criticize her. Everyone would actually respect her. But she is doing this herself. She is seeking attention. She wants to be in the spotlight the whole time. Then you should also not complain when people like have an opinion about you, when people are criticizing you. That's just like it in a nutshell. And of course, people will disagree with me. That's all fine. You can disagree with me, like let me know in the comments. Again, like this is just my opinion. I'm very curious about like your opinion. What do you think about like what Candace just said? Do you think that could be the case, that Erika was pushing Charlie more against Israel? What do you think about like Erika Kirk in general? Like what do you think about like the grieving widow? Do you think it's like real? Do you think she is acting? I'm very, very curious about your opinion. It's very important to say. I read all comments. I even try to reply to some of your comments. So let me know in the comments what you think about Erika Kirk, and what you think about like what Candace just said about like Erika Kirk pushing Charlie against Israel. I'm very, very curious. As well, guys, last but not least, if you like this video, please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. If you really like these kind of videos, consider subscribing. I would appreciate it even more. And then you make sure you don't miss anything. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.